Hello and welcome to your Vedic Lunar Scope for today, the 25th of August, 2015. The moon today will be transiting its way through the first third of the sign of Capricorn as it makes its way through the nakshatra of Purva Ashadha. Let's face it, you have to be honest with yourself. You're not happy at the moment with that which is being required of you. And if you had it your way, you would make a different choice. But still, responsibilities and obligations are responsibilities and obligations. And ultimately, if you're going to honor your soul, well, then you also have to honor the responsibilities, duties, and your particular karma that you have to work through and the path to resolving that karma. And sometimes that which is best for us does not necessarily fall into alignment with our desires. Unless, of course, you should decide at the moment to want what is best for you. You may not like the realization that is dawning for you at the moment, but should you decide not to let your desires rule you, it will be found upon retrospect that the decision that you're making in the moment, if you choose to make the decision, which is doing what is best for you rather than doing what you want to do, then ultimately you'll find out upon retrospect that that was the wisest course of action. Purva Ashadha is a moksha-driven nakshatra. So some associations with this is being in a situation that you want to be free of. Another association with this is in order to do what is right for your particular soul, which ultimately would lead to your individual liberation. Well, sometimes you have to undergo a process that's going to help you to get rid of the ego. And one of the symbols that's associated with Purva Ashadha is that of a winnowing basket. And winnowing baskets used to be used in ancient times for the gathering of grain. And once the grain was gathered, it would be shaken in this basket in order to separate the wheat from the chaff. So the idea here is getting rid of the outer husk, getting rid of all of those things which are not necessary, but ultimately leaving us with that which is the most beneficial. Okay, and with the particular process associated with Purva Ashadha today, it's likely that you're going to find that there's something that you don't want if you are true to your desires. But if you're true to your soul, you're going to find out that this is something that is ultimately the best for you. The lunar tithi today is Shukla Ekadashi. It's the 11th day of the bright half of the moon. And there is, with this particular energy, a realization or an understanding. And you've had your focus in one particular direction, but it's as if you're having your eyes open at the moment, and the realization which you're being shown is not necessarily something that you want to see or something that you feel happy with, but ultimately it is something that, should you follow the advice that you're being given by the universe at the moment, that you'll find that ultimately this was something that was best for you. The solar lunar yoga today is Ayushman, which means life possessing. And the analogy with this particular energy is focusing on what is going to be best for you and putting aside those things which are your ultimate desires. But should you continue to follow the course of those desires, would ultimately just lead you in not really the right direction and lead towards something which doesn't feel good in the long run as well. But should you undergo this moment where doing something that doesn't necessarily make you feel happy, but is the right thing to do, should you go through that particular transition, then ultimately it's going to lead to happier feelings in the long run as well. If you're going through a tricky situation and you could use a little bit of further guidance, I should mention that I do also offer several different levels of astrological service, and those are available through my astrological services page, which you should see in the bottom left-hand corner of this video. And again, look sometime in the next couple of days for information on my new upcoming course, which should start in early October, on more advanced predictive techniques if you're a Vedic astrology fan. That's going to do it for your Vedic Lunar Scope for today, the 25th of August, 2015. Until next time, please take the very best care of yourself. Bye now.